Welcome back to the Cardinal Report. Joining us as always to close things out is North Cenrtal Sports Information Director, Clark Teuscher. Clark, thanks for checking in.
It's good to be here.
So it was an exciting weekend on the track for both the men's and women's track and field teams, as the men send their largest contingent ever to the Drake Relays, and John Crane, one of the impressive showings at that meet.
Yeah, you know, this was really one of the big years for the Drake Relays in terms of the amount of talent that they had there. So certainly an exciting atmosphere for our guys to compete in. You know, and John Crane in the last race of the day on Thursday, he was running against a runner from the local university to try to win the 5K. Came up just a bit short, but wound up running his best race ever, and one of the top performances throughout the country in Division III.
And as they're looking to the conference tournament, obviously coming up, the national tournament is looming. Cardinals sitting in 7th right now, but Crane right up there in a couple of events. He could be one of the people on the podium that the Cardinals may need if they want to take home a trophy.
Yeah, you know, you have to score big points in several events in order to get yourself in position to take one of the 4 trophies home. And you know, John being highly ranked in 2 different events, that we've had athletes take that double before. It's not easy, but with the amount of training these guys do, they can get that done. We've had several other guys step up. You know, Daniel Curley in the 10K at Drake turned in a season best and is in the top 10 in the country now. He's been at the Outdoor Nationals a couple of times. He's done very well. You know, there's Zach Heerspink in the high jump and long jump, and we've got the top-ranked pole vaulter in the country still in Josh Winder. So the opportunity to score big points in certain events is going to be vital, and they're going to at least appear to have enough of those places in position to do that.
And obviously the big points are good, but sometimes with those big meets, you need to show some depth. Do you think that the men's team just is lacking some of those, you know, points that may get them 6th, 7th finishes to try and bring home a trophy?
You know, there's part of that, but also, you know, the conference meet and the next couple of weeks in the home meets typically yield a lot of qualifiers for both the men's and women's teams. You're going to see a lot of the season best performances, which is by design. They gear their whole season toward the month of May. So you know, there's some of that going on, but I think we don't have quite the full picture of who we can expect to see at the national championships.
Somebody who put a season best performance was Ebony Stallworth for the women at Benedictine, and she helped lead the team to a 2nd place finish as she breaks another school record.
Yeah, you know, she broke her own varsity record in the shot put, also set personal records in the discus and hammer, 2 events she's improved quite a bit in. Still hasn't quite gotten to what she did indoors in the shot put. But you know, the implements that they're using for those events they're composed of different materials, and it's different. It's actually more of a different event than you would think of, just transferring one event from indoors to outdoors. So she's another one that, you know, coming up the next few weeks, we might expect to see those performances improve a little bit, and perhaps get her shot put PR to what her indoor one was.
You know, and they're looking ahead to their conference tournament as well, but on the national stage, Liz Composto is right up there with the best of the best in the pole vault.
Yeah, Liz is you know, ranked 4th, I believe, this week. You know, last year she made the Outdoor Nationals and didn't make it onto the podium, so she's certainly motivated this year to get that done. She's got you know, Coach Winder, the best in the business, helping her out with that. So she's still looking to improve just like everybody else is, but sitting in a good position right now.
And their conference meets are coming up, but so are the conference tournaments, and softball's able to sneak into the tournament after a great start. They're not hitting their stride at the time they want to, but still have a chance to hopefully take home the tournament and get the bid to the national tournament.
Yeah, they had a rough 2 or 3 weeks in terms of trying to be able to stay healthy and you know, maintain consistent play like they did early in the year. You know, teams go through that from time to time. They have everybody back in the lineup now, just trying to get everybody back on the same page and back with that kind of positive momentum that you want. But it really only takes you know, sometimes just 1 or 2 good things to happen for you to get back into that. So that's what they'll be looking for this weekend.
And speaking of momentum, baseball may need some of that if they want to have a chance of getting into the tournament, as there's 4 teams right now vying for 2 spots.
Yeah, you know, there's going to be a couple of pretty decent teams left out of the postseason. They're in a position where they're playing, you know, Elmhurst, which they've struggled this year. You know, with a good series against them, they can probably get themselves in there, but they are going to need some help, you know, and when it comes down to tiebreakers.
There should be definitely some exciting action in the weeks to come. Clark, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
The lacrosse team faces off against Carthage College in the semifinal round of the MWLC tournament on Friday at Augustana College, starting at 3 p.m. You can find a link to the live video and in-game stats at www.northcentralcardinals.com. I'm Marc Dahlquist. We'll see you here next week on the Cardinal Report.